Let's hope we're everywhere. Hey guys, welcome to the Super Doc Show with G Share and the dev from Bougie, whose name is Cindy, right?
Yes, Cindy.
Yes.
Cindy Higby. I'm doxxed.
There you go. I'm doxxed too, Chelsea Von Schnaden. Although mine is more of a mouthful than yours is. But we're happy to have you here today to talk about Bougie, crypto, and all things right now. So I wanted to kind of start off with a little bit about you and about how you ended up in crypto. We talked a little bit yesterday, but if you could tell the listeners kind of how you got into crypto and what your story is, it's always interesting to hear that.
Yeah, I think I started prior to COVID. I've been retired for many years, and TikTok landed on my phone somehow, and I loved it. So I started, scrolling through TikToks, and I was trading or using Bitcoin at the time to gamble online. So I started asking people on TikTok, what else are you buying? And, hearing about Cardano and Ethereum, and just really my whole journey on TikTok is me learning about crypto and everything you can do on the blockchain. And so I think I became like somebody people followed to watch me fall down rabbit holes and pitfalls and make mistakes. And I shared it all, the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I gained a huge following because I would tell people, listen, let me do this first, and then you guys follow after me. I'll tell you if it's safe. So yeah, I grew my TikTok audience over the course of like 5 years.
Wow. So you've been in since 2018.
I think so, yeah.
And what was the first token that you bought?
Aside from Bitcoin, I believe it was Cardano, only because somebody said the word. So I went there. I didn't do my homework. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
I just bought some Cardano.
Did you?
I just bought some Cardano. I mean, it's there. It's something. Something will happen to Cardano soon, I think.
It's been sleeping for so long,
NFA.
right?
Yeah, I'm a big Polkadot fan right now because I can stake it on Coinbase. So
Yeah.
Solana and Polkadot are my two main plays aside from Bitcoin.
How are you feeling about Solana today? I know Solana has taken a little bit of a dip, obviously, because of the FTX news, and Libra, I think, brought it down too.
I do. I think those two pieces of news brought down the price. I picked up some more Solana at, I think, 165, and I'm staking part of that anyways on Coinbase for 9.7. I believe it's going to come back, and I don't worry about how long it takes. I just believe that it's going to bounce back, and when it does, I'm ready. So
yeah, I was just talking to my uncle this morning. I'm teaching him how to day trade a little bit, and I was talking to him about just picking up some Solana as it goes down. Like if we have another big dump, I don't think it's going anywhere. There's too much built on it right now that I don't think it's going anywhere.
I agree totally, for all the same reasons.
It's a really good dip buy at this point if you can get it. I
call it a yard sale. I get excited when Bitcoin drops or Solana drops because I tend to buy a lot of them. So
yeah,
it doesn't bother me.
No, it doesn't bother me either. You buy the blood, right? Like that's what we're here to do. So it gets me excited too. G, are you buying Solana right now?
I bought some Solana today, yes. So I bought today, like, of course, NFA. I bought AVAX, ADA, Cardano, and some Sol. So, and a little bit of SHIB.
Okay.
Yeah, SHIB, I don't know. SHIB could be like a little bit that, as we were talking yesterday, that was my first project that I bought into. And I do think that it has some upside potential. I think number one, it follows Doge, right? And it also, it's funny because as you watch the charts, SHIB actually precursors Bitcoin a lot of the time on its moves, which I think is funny. But I do think it has some more upside, and I think they haven't had a run up this time. There's a lot of tokens that actually projects from really solid ones from the last cycle that just haven't had a big boost yet. Are you holding some of those? What are some of the ones that you're holding that just haven't had a run yet?
Well, Bonk. I think I dumped some Bonk and bought Bougie. Back in November, early December, HBAR and XRP certainly shot up. Polkadot went to $10 and something cents, and it's back down to $4. I don't know. Mostly those.
Are you, as far as XRP, are you an XRP fan?
I tended to swing trade XRP for the last 3 years. When it dipped, I bought it. When it shot up at all, I sold it. But I did, for the first time, FOMO in November when I when the new administration came in and there was all this news, it ran to 50 cents. And I normally don't chase Greek candles, but I'm like, I'm going to FOMO in. And I did, and it paid off. But yeah, I like XRP. I think it has potential. And then when I hear the counter side of, just all the negative FUD, I'm like, is there something I don't get? Like,
I don't know.
I like it.
Well, I like it too, and I think that it does have the potential to replace Swift, right? Which is huge. But I also think there's people on either side, extreme side of it. There's people that are saying like it's going to $10,000, right? And then
I don't believe that.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. Gee, what do you think?
Come on.
Not going to happen. If it gets to $10, I think that'll be huge.
Yeah, I think so too.
Amazing.
Yeah, I mean, I think XRP has the potential to go to $10 if Brad Garlinghouse or he gets in and he's actually working in there. I think that has some potential, and I think that the SEC is really trying to like kind of push an olive branch with them, which could be a really good thing too. Sorry, go ahead, G.
It's like all the meme coins, like majority of meme coins like right now that people want to put in the market, they think will go 1000x. So it's not easy to run a project. It's not easy to put money there. It's not easy to be every day. It's I think maybe just 0.001, maybe less than that, of coins that are now in the market will be 1000x. So
yeah, I think I think you almost have less of a chance of hitting one of those this cycle, don't you think?
Yes.
Because there's so many of them. I mean, and everyone can launch a coin on Solana, but I think it does make like Bougie and Share stand out a little bit when there are good, solid projects that have good, solid people behind them. They may lag a little bit, which is what they're kind of doing now. They have their own kind of cycle happening right now, but I think it is a little bit easier to kind of separate the, everything else that's junk out there. And I think we're trying to do a good job of doing that. So I know you guys have a project with kind of a charity twist like ours is. And so I wanted to hear a little bit about Bougie, how it began, how you started it, what you guys have been doing since. How's your journey been?
Yeah, it happened because I was watching the videos on X of that kid who rugged and gave everybody the finger. So I just thought, well, how hard can it be? He seemed like he was 13 years old. So on a lark, I literally put $100 in, grabbed a photo I'd taken of a gorilla statue in Greenwich Village, and I just came up with the word bougie and spelled it different. And I really didn't think much would come of it. And I talked about it on my TikTok channel, and lo and behold, it started to, people were buying it, and I'm getting all these DMs that say, hey, you're king of the hill. Hey, you bonded. Hey, we created a Telegram group for you. Hey, you might want to check out the deck screen. I'm like, what's going on? I knew nothing. So I had a very quick, like, drop me in the grease learning experience. Yes. And because I have branding experience, my whole career was as a creative director in advertising, and I worked for Fidelity as a brand ambassador for their high net worth customers. So I'm like, I'm going to take this. I'm going to own this. I created it, so I'm going to run with it. And I've been ever since then working 18-hour days, building the Bougie brand, trying to evolve it. We shot up to 8 million with a lot of whales coming in. And of course they took profits. So we came back down, and now it's just about us, growing our community. Some of the things we're doing are, we launched an NFT collection, and we're about to launch the second one, which gives you a ticket into the Bougie VIP Trading Club. So that's been a lot of fun. We launched that Telegram, and everybody with the NFT can get in there. We're talking to a game developer. We launched the website. We had some creative competitions. I gave away Bougie through the 12 days of Christmas. That was huge. Every day I airdropped like 6 or 7 people some free Bougie. And just since then, just trying to engage the community, trying to get them to post and repost and grow the community with us. We haven't paid any calls, no key opinion leaders. We're doing it all organically, and it's working. I mean, we couldn't hold that $8 million market cap because that was manipulation by whales, but we're hanging in there pretty tough, and just everything we do seems to help a little.
Yeah, I mean, I think a part of it is just like you have to constantly be building, right? There's this need to constantly be doing something new, and you're only one person usually, and like you said, you were kind of dropped into it,
Yeah,
and you had to learn. What are
totally.
what are some of the hardest things that you have had to learn? What are some of the lessons that you've learned while building
Well,
this?
you know, some of the hardest parts were just figuring out the technology, like how to use TikTok Studio on a PC, because I'm completely a Mac person. I'm running ads on Deck Screener. We tried a few boosts, really didn't get any return on investment, so we started running the ads in the little, I don't know what you want to call it, like a little banner ad that's halfway down the page, getting a little better return there. Just
Mhm.
managing the team and the attrition. Some people coming, some people going, and then dealing with all the scams.
Yeah.
My DMs are full of scams, and I think by now most people know that I got almost got scammed, but with a Bloomberg Zoom call. But at the last minute, I started to. My gut just told me this was off, and as I began to try to vet them around different directions, I found the guy on LinkedIn, and he said, "No, that's not me. That's a fake." And I didn't click on the Zoom link, thank God. So
Thank God.
I averted a disaster.
Hmm. Well, and it's hard because then you feel like, oh gosh, should I have done that? But they're so good these days. There's
There
so
was a
many of
very
them.
good scam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's so many of them and they're so good and they take so much time to build this scam that they could have, like we were talking yesterday, they could have just built something real, right? They to
Yeah.
take that time to build that is amazing.
Yeah.
Um how are you working every day on Bougie? What are you doing to kind of push it forward? Are you taking a little bit of a break during this lull? What are you guys what's your plan as far as Bougie goes?
Actually, I'm working just as hard as I have since the day I launched it. Right now, I'm minting these NFTs, and each one is a standalone piece of artwork that
Mhm.
we've created, a bougie meme. So I have to write a little blurb on each one and mint each one separately. So in this second edition that I'm launching, I think I have to do 60. 30 are freebies to the people who hold the first edition NFT. So I'm going to airdrop 30 of those away, and then the other 30 will sell. But yeah,
Mhm.
it's very time consuming and it's fun, and I like it because I'm creative and I understand the whole NFT thing because I've
Yeah.
launched several NFT collections myself back in the day that are on OpenSea. This one is on exchange.art. All you have to do is search the word bougie. By the way, if you want to look into Bougie, it's bougiememecoin.com is the website, and you can link to everything from there. You can
Awesome.
link to the swag store. You can
Mhm.
link to NFTs.
You're always wearing the swag. You must have been in marketing before, right?
Yes, I
You're always
brand
wearing it.
myself.
There
I
we
have
go.
to. Yeah,
Yeah.
if you don't see me with a ball cap, it's not me,
Yeah.
okay? It's an AI generated
It's
version
a
of me.
scam.
It's a scam. Yeah.
Now, do you have someone that works on it with you, or is it just you on the team?
No, I have a couple of people that are my right-hand man, Thaddeus, if you're listening. I appreciate you 100%. He's really helps me out a lot. Goose and Kaser and some other guys that are in the Telegram and also in the trading group. And
Mhm.
then just my fan base. They are so supportive and they show up and repost my content and
Oh, nice.
they create their own content as well.
Mhm.
So there are just a lot of bougie family members, tribe members that are working for their bags. So it's a team effort. I would say that everybody's put in a little effort. And the beginning, the team that was with me in the very beginning, they put in a ton of work, a ton of
Mhm.
work. So I appreciate them too.
Yeah, I mean, I think the team at the beginning, it's like we were talking, it's so easy to burn out in this space. It just is. You can't, crypto's 24/7. There's no other job that you work that is 24/7, that you wake up, you look at your phone, you get up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, you look at your
Oh
phone at
yeah.
4:30.
I'm on
So
Telegram every time I go to the bathroom in
yes.
the middle of the night. And
Oh, me
us,
too.
us old people go like twice. So I'm like, oh, I'll jump into the Telegram. Hi, what's
It's
everybody
not just when
doing?
you're old.
Okay.
But like that's the thing. You check your Telegram. My husband will like roll over. He's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "There's something that needs to be taken
Yeah.
care of." So
There's a
that's
question I
yes,
must
there's a
answer.
question, a question that's not really important for right
No,
now, but it will
it's
be
not.
later. But I think that's the hardest part of this is just making sure that you and your team doesn't burn out.
Yeah.
And I know you guys are working for a good cause, which makes it being motivated a little bit easier, right? If you're working for a good
Right.
cause. You,
Immediately, and I forgot to mention that, but when I launched the Bougie coin, I I basically told everyone that I won't sell the dev wallet unless we can get well above 10 million. So
Mhm.
you can always check on the dev wallet. You'll see that all I've done is buy more bougie. But also, I immediately attached a giving back charity initiative. And since my mascot was a gorilla, I got in touch with the Diane Fossey Gorilla Foundation.
Nice.
And we've been making donations and adoptions. And every time myself or the bougie community makes a gorilla adoption, we post the certificates and
Mhm.
we post it on all our socials. And what happened is we started to inspire a whole bunch of people. Diane Fossey then created a 25% off bougie community coupon for us. And so
Right.
the ball really got rolling.
Mhm.
And even as a community now, I continue to make donations in the name of bougie using Solana because they
Mhm.
have a Solana crypto donation link.
Yeah, and what I love about that is it brings in real life too, right?
Yeah.
Because now people can donate to these causes even if they're not into crypto, and it's a soft introduction to crypto for them, which I think is really, really awesome. So you guys have been launched for how long now?
Oh, I was just looking, it was like 2 months and 20 days. I might be off a few on the
Okay.
days, but we're almost 3 months old. So that's another thing, like when you were watching Dave Portnoy, rug greed and all this stuff happening with the Libra coin, my comments on X are, that's what sets bougie apart. That's what sets base sharing apart, is that we've been around for 3 months. We're no rugs, just hugs.
Yep.
We're building our communities. We're donating. We're a charity token, and we're continuing to build our communities. We haven't gone anywhere. We haven't done any of the stuff these other guys are doing. So we've really drawn a line in the meme coin sand, and you're either on our side, the good side of meme coins, or you're on the shitty side of meme coins where, you're not trustworthy. So, when you're looking,
100%. Yeah.
when you're looking and you're doing your homework and you find a coin like yours and a coin like bougie, those are the communities you can really get up into. You can say, I'm going to buy a bag and I'm going to work for this particular project. So
And you get to do something good at the same time. I think people are so, instead of being focused on longevity, they're focused on market cap.
yeah,
And most of the time the market cap lies about what the project is, right? G,
right.
like we were just talking about this the other day with G, like, people are so focused on market cap and going up and down. At the end of the day, the market is going to do what it's going to do. The longevity of the project is really what matters. And if they're building during these times where the market isn't super exciting and
Right,
fiery and
now's the time
spicy.
to buy, because
Yeah.
when crypto has another, Thanksgiving spree like we did, projects like Bougie are, if you're already in them, that's where you're going to make your money. And I don't frown upon people swing trading it. Sure, I
No, not
want
at
your
all.
hodl. I have a couple big whales that hodl, and they're waiting for our next big run up. But I expect people to sell it and swing trade it. So yeah, I think right now is a great time to accumulate not just Bougie, but there's a lot of great projects out there that if you have your eye on them and you've done your homework, then this is the time to start gathering up a little at a time and growing, stuff in your moon bag.
Absolutely, especially with small caps because they run up so quickly, right?
Yeah,
So right now is the time to grab some and be a part of their community. Watch what they're doing. Jump into their Twitter, jump into their Telegram. Really become, and I think that's what's funny is in the last cycle, that's how these meme coins ended up doing really well. It was
yeah,
the community that did it. It wasn't necessarily the devs pumping a bunch of money into it or doing a bunch of, like KOL marketing. It was the community that did it on their own. And I
right.
think that's what you need in this space to be able to really, blast it and then hold on to it.
Absolutely.
Um,
So yeah, buy now and
yeah.
get your bag packed. And any little tipping point I've noticed Bougie can shoot up. So today we're trending up, could be because of this space that I'm on X and with
Mhm.
you. But I just think that the minute I get some good news or we actually execute the game, or let's say we create staking on the website and we're able to put in motion some of these things we're talking about, then people tend to jump into the project again.
Yeah.
But it's those that are in buying now that are ready for when the other people FOMO in. So
Yeah. And that's when you can that's when those people can take profit too.
sure,
We're not
sure.
looking, I know there are a lot of projects that are basically, they want people to get in and hold until they die.
Right. No.
Like we're not we want people to make money in our projects too,
Yeah.
right?
A
And
lot of
just,
us hodl because of capital gains.
yes.
I will hodl as many projects as I can for as long as I can, especially try to get past the year mark. And that's, another reason why people are like, you're going to rug the devil. And I'm like, there's no point.
No.
Okay. And my
For-
tax bracket's way
For a
too
couple
high. to
$1,000,
dump
right? What do you
No.
do that for?
And even if bougie were to go down the tubes, that dev wallet will go down with it.
Yeah.
I won't sell it. So
Yeah.
I give the community that promise that
Mhm.
we have to get into the, unicorn fart dust realm before I'll even consider selling a little bit. So
Yeah, I mean that's like us too. We have a big influencer, Steven Shapiro, attached to us, and he's a business partner. So, and he has a very big reputation to hold, with almost 10 million followers. So we're
Wow.
making sure that that we uphold his reputation too. And that's
Right.
why I'm doxxed, and that's why our team is doxxed. I think that's something that we need to do to make sure that his reputation stays intact, because he's done this amazing thing for us, which is work with us and be able to do our random acts of kindness for us, so that we're transparent and we're showing our community members that we're doing exactly what we're saying.
And it's cool because it can show people that you can launch a meme coin. And if you have heart and soul and, a thread of ethics, you can make your meme coin a legitimate project. I get it. 95%, maybe 98% of meme coins are a rug pull or a flash in the pan, or they're just a money grab. Here comes my cat. She's apt to step on the keyboard or something. But I think that when I started mine, the whole thing was, I can do this differently. I don't have to follow in their footsteps. I'm not on TikTok going, pump it up, let's pump it up. I'm like building a community, building a brand, talking about ways to generate more money so that we can adopt more gorillas. And that's just an example of whatever charity or whatever thing you need to raise money for, or whatever you want to bring attention to, you can use meme coins for good. But there's very few of us out here doing that.
Well, and I think it's a hard hurdle to get over. G and I have talked about this a bunch, right? G, like just about how you can, with a charity token, I think that's been our hardest hurdle, right? Is just to get people to understand that you can actually make money buying and holding these charity tokens, because the charity is actually the marketing back for the token. And if it works how it's supposed to, the charity portion of it, the more you give, the more marketing you get back to the token.
Sure.
And so I think that people kind of mistake it as just a charity, and that you're never going to make money on it. But if you structure it the right way, you actually can do it.
Yeah. And ours is more about giving back to the community. Like with the NFTs, 20% of the proceeds, once again, goes to adopting and donating. The rest of it is a marketing budget so that we can buy deck screener ads. Matter of fact, we're going to buy an ad in Times Square. Come to find out, they're only like somewhere around $250, $300. And it runs for 24 hours for 20 seconds. And it comes up, I don't know how many times in that 24 hours. I've yet to figure that out, but I'm like, I'm going to do that.
Why
That's
not?
in my budget. I can use the NFT money to do that. So that's one of the reasons people are buying NFTs too. It funds the marketing wallet.
Yeah, and I think as far as the marketing goes, again, we were talking the other day about this, but just you have to find ways of marketing that aren't the same everyday thing that everyone's doing in crypto, right? I think Spaces, you're not as active on Spaces. Are you starting to be active more?
I've done a few, and sometimes they're interesting, and sometimes I find other people's spaces boring. So I'm trying to find the knack. Like I think a 20, 30-minute space is ideal. I think when it goes beyond that, people either drop off or they're not listening. I also think it depends on who's talking. Some people are great at it, some people aren't. So it reminds me of Clubhouse. That app came and went. One of the reasons I think it went is because it was a little boring to join into a meeting where you could only listen. So I haven't quite mastered it, but I love joining other people. So
yeah, it's fun. It's just been like we've been doing this for 7 months now.
Okay.
And I was never on Twitter before this project, so I was hardly on social media at all. I didn't have a TikTok, barely had a Twitter.
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to send people your way on TikTok.
Thank you.
Well, women in crypto in general. I'm trying to help all the women.
Yeah, and I think there is like a very big gap there, and I think that it could get filled if we just start educating and actually telling people about it, right? I think women are a little bit meeker than men in telling people about what they're working on or what they're interested in. And if we can get that out there, I think it would be a really big deal. More money in crypto, more women in crypto. I think the vibe is a little bit different when you have a woman in a space.
Yeah. You came up on my TikTok. I forget the other girl's name. She's got dark hair. She's younger. She's been doing a great job. And now I'm starting to get more women
More of 'em.
influencers
Yeah.
just to show up in my For You page. So I think that's fantastic.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, it's funny because the different avenues of socials we've been, so G, what he does is he actually is more of like a consultant to me. So he runs, his team runs our Telegram, our Twitter, both my personal and our project Twitter. And they're basically they're trying to figure out how to do guerrilla marketing on Instagram, like we were talking about yesterday, Instagram, and
Yeah.
TikTok, because I feel like X is very saturated. And G, what have you guys found? You found that it is actually working, right?
Yeah, it's it's amazing. I mean, we saw in TikTok, in Beishar and TikTok, like they receive in 2 days when we started to do guerrilla marketing. They receive like 50 followers in 2 days without. It's amazing. I mean, yeah, we have like we choose one influencer. We go there. We go and talk about share. We said what share do. We tag Beishar, and also we go directly to DMs. Also, we go in DMs in TikTok, and also we do like shields on Telegram. Like we have there in the market are big groups of communities where you can shield your project. So it's kind of, we try to do everything to push share to another level, because it's a good project, and we really love to be in the community.
Yeah, it's been really cool to just watch us work as a team to try to figure out those avenues that we're not necessarily in. And like I said, I think X is very saturated. We're very used to seeing people shill on X or do raids on X. And so,
Yes.
yeah, so the influencers kind of like ignore it a little bit,
Yes.
or just people in general kind of ignore it. But on these new platforms that crypto necessarily isn't very relevant in, yet, I think that seems to be
Facebook,
working.
forget it.
Facebook, forget it.
Reddit is a good platform where you can
Yeah.
do right.
Reddit, yes. We
Reddit.
post
Reddit is
articles on Reddit. Yep.
Yeah. We've had a hard time with
good.
Reddit. We've had 2 accounts. Both of them got banned. Shadow
Wow.
ban. And it's funny because I think you also have to build those accounts up, and we didn't have very well established accounts, which is the problem. But Reddit's a great platform. That's where I used to find all of my information back in 2021. So
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think that being on X is definitely like an acquired taste. I think being in those spaces, we do spaces 3 times a week, maybe more. I'm in, I don't know, 30 a week
What
talking.
about Blue Sky and Threads? Are you guys on there?
So I'm on Threads. I'm actually on Threads for the podcast, but I haven't done that yet. Are you?
No, not really.
active in there?
I've put a few, things out there, but
Yeah.
I haven't been consistent. So it's one of those things. I'm like, well, maybe there's an audience over there. I haven't
Yeah.
really tested it, but
There might
that's
be.
another place to branch out.
Yeah, there might be Threads. Gee, have you tried Threads yet? Are you doing
Yeah,
Threads at all?
I tried Threads, yeah, but
Mhm.
it's I don't know. I don't know if it's a good place for crypto. But what I know, it's a good place. It's a SoFi platform, the arena. So
Yeah,
there
he talks
it's
about this a lot.
yeah. I talk about that. I'm there kind of. I have 2K followers, 2.1K followers, and it's a platform where you can pay people, you can tip people with different meme coins or with AVAX. So right now the platform is built around AVAX, and there are a lot of wells from AVAX, but sometimes they move. Like if you are consistent there with some post, it's good you have more eyes there, so you can put your post on the trending, more people to see what you have there. So yeah, it's an interesting platform too. Is there something like on base? What is the name of that platform on base?
Dracula, is that the
No,
one?
Dracula. It's another one.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I don't.
I think Dracula. Yeah.
Yeah. There's a bunch of these new kind of YouTube platforms that are popping up that are crypto based. So Dracula's one of them. There's uh fake
Fev-
news maybe.
no. With F.
Yeah.
fee.
I haven't explored my YouTube channel much at all, so that's
No.
another avenue. These are all places I haven't gotten yet. So, there are future plans to kind of
To do
master
that.
that space.
How
And
many times a week do you do lives? Because you could use Restream and then just restream your lives straight to YouTube.
yes, and so Thaddeus is trying to get me to do that, and
Yeah.
I
We're doing it
haven't paid.
now.
Yes, I haven't
Easy.
paid for the pro Restream
Yeah.
account, but because I really don't know how to do it, and there's nobody here to teach me, so it's basically me fumbling my way through
I
the
can do
first
it.
one.
I can do it. I'll show you one day.
Okay.
I'll hop on here and do
So
it with
yeah,
you.
so then I
Yeah.
could repost to
Yeah.
YouTube and edit whatever. But as far as going live on TikTok, I typically will go live maybe 5 times a week,
Okay.
maybe more if I do a casual one from the art studio. But when
Mhm.
I'm bringing up charts and helping other projects, it's another thing I do is I don't accept paid promotions. So other projects that are getting going, I'll just pull up their charts and do a shout out. I don't endorse them. I tell people to do their homework, but it just gives new projects an exposure. Some of them rugs, so I can't really control that. But another thing I tell people is, if you want us to help you grow your meme coin project, buy an NFT, get into the trading club, and now you have a club of people that can help you
Right.
evolve your project. And we're going to try to keep you honest
Mhm.
so that you don't
Yeah.
screw us. But
Accountable.
yeah, so if somebody's looking into launching a new meme coin and they don't know how, go to bougiememecoin.com. In the upper right corner, click on more, get an NFT, go to our Telegram. We'll let you into the other trading club Telegram, and then you can ask a million questions and we'll help you. So
And you have a trading club as well.
yeah, that's
Correct.
the Bougie VIP Trading Club.
Okay. And what do you guys do in there? How is that structured?
We are just, we drop in contract addresses of meme coins that immediately hit, like what we're grabbing off of Twitter, X, what we're grabbing off of TikTok. We try to move really quickly when we're all in there together. At any given moment, there's probably anywhere from 3 to 25 people in there, just chit-chatting about what they're in, what they're out
Nice.
of, so it's fun. You trade with the group, and then someone drops a new coin. They're like, help me bond this. I'm like, okay, I will try on my live to give you a little boost. But it's difficult because I don't know what their plan is long term. So I have to be careful.
Now, how long have you been day trading?
Oh, well, I worked for Fidelity and I worked for a stock trading software company. So I was trading commodities and futures and all kinds of things for years. I would say my financial background is at least 25 years long.
Wow. And do you is trading now? You're trading meme coins on Pump Fund, right? So
I'm using DEX. I'm using GM,
yeah.
And a little, and then if I'm using like BullX or a trading bot like JeepBot, you can basically just get your contract address off of X, plug it in, put your stop loss in, put your sell order in, set it and forget it. Hopefully it doesn't gap around you, but it can.
Hopefully.
It can. People don't understand it. It can gap around you. Somebody rugs,
big time.
It doesn't take you out.
No.
So it's not foolproof, but
no.
Yeah,
I mean, nothing is. Not even stop losses are sometimes.
Right. That's what I mean. I've been gapped around where it rugged around my stop loss. And I'm like, how did that happen?
What happened? It's gone.
Where did my $200 go?
Yeah, it's awful. It's awful. I mean, but I love that when I first watched you, one of the things that I loved was just that you were so well versed in everything. I think, there's a lot of crypto influencers who are on, they're kind of just like running through what everybody else has said. They're not really looking at anything. They're not looking at charts or reading charts or telling you about anything new. And I felt like you were really well versed in everything.
Well, yeah, just from trading stocks, day trading stocks, whatever. I pay super close attention to the news. I'm a news junkie. And the minute I hear something, I immediately go and see what are the companies that, support this. Say with this one company, who supplies them, who are their suppliers, like, in a gold rush, you want to be selling the picks and the shovels and the pans. So I tend to move around news and see what else is attached to it from a stock standpoint. In crypto, you just have to jump quickly, and you have to be careful because it is such a high risk thing that, like with Libra, I missed the news on that, thank God. But I would have jumped into it immediately. I did not get in. I did get into Trump and Melania.
Good job.
Good job.
No,
good
job.
Did you make money on Trump and Melania?
I did.
There we go.
Because I didn't trust either one of them. So I got in and out, made, I don't know, $600 on one and maybe maybe 300 and something on the other, but that's okay. Green is green. And
Absolutely.
I could have easily stayed in longer and made a lot more money, but I did not know how long people were going to stay in it. So yeah, so Libra, I missed the news. So thank God.
Well, it's funny because on the Trump coin, I had no clue, and we had gotten back. My husband and I went on a trip, and we got back, and at 11:30 at night, Steven, the influencer that we work with, texted me. He's like, did you get into the Trump coin? And here I am, like teaching him how to day trade, and he's sending me like news, and I was like, no, I didn't get in. I was like, did you get in? And then my heart dropped. I was like, did you get out? And he's like, yes. He got in at like 4 and sold at 13 or something like that.
All right.
And then he was like, well, he was sick about it because he missed out on gains, right? Because it went so much higher. And I always say to him and anyone that I'm talking to about trading that the best thing I ever heard about trading is whatever gains you could have made are none of your business. And I love that line, right? Because the less you think about what you could have made, the more you're happy with your actual profit.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I've decided being greedy has only bit me in the ass.
Yes.
So the sooner I get out of a project, even if I miss, like I get out halfway through, run into the top, I'm okay with it. Because if I got green out of it, okay, I did my job.
Then you can compound that profit and move it into something else. If you
bougie.
I
buy bougie. I buy the bougie dips.
So what are your so right now, how many gorillas have you adopted? How many donations have you made?
Yeah. I don't have the actual accurate numbers, but to ballpark it, I'd say we've adopted at least 30 gorillas, and our donations run into the 30 range,
Awesome.
Anywhere from $50 to $500. So they're all over the board. But yeah, I just want to, like, this week I'll make another donation because we sold more NFTs, so that funds it. It's just a cycle. As long as I can bring money into the marketing wallet, or people can donate to the marketing wallet in our Telegram, they can ask what's the marketing wallet, and you can donate to it. But without those donations coming in, I have to generate it from the NFTs. So
of course. And then the last question. Thank you so much for being here today. This is super.
Well, thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course. Where do you think that the market is headed right now? What are your thoughts on the market? What are your thoughts on the cycle? Did we break the cycle?
Yes, we broke.
And this is solely your opinion.
Yeah, this is just my opinion, and
Yes.
for what it's worth, I feel like looking at historical data and patterns isn't really going to help us this time. I think we're completely on our edge of our seats waiting for a piece of news to come out of David Sachs, the crypto czar. And when he does, I think that will trigger a buying frenzy. So that's why I tell people right now, it may seem like you're bleeding out or your crypto looks bad, but this is when you want to accumulate, because one piece of news coming out of this administration can turn things around. So I think that we're in like a bear trend, I would call it. We were in a bull trend in November, December, and everything is completely hinging on what will this administration do next. Even just passing some form of regulation will trigger some positive buying pressure. Also with all the strategic reserves, state by state, country by country. I know that FTX is flooding the Solana market. Honestly, I think that'll go away in a few weeks, and that won't even be news. So
I think it's barely news now. Like, do you feel like the news is hitting right now? I feel like
not really.
No, it's almost like it's right. Do you feel it the same way, that like the news is just not, it's not affecting the markets as well as it usually does during like a real bull market or a real bear market, right? Bear market pushes everything down.
It's strange.
Yeah.
And I think somebody tells you they know where the market's headed, they're guessing. They're guessing at best, because we have literally broken out of the normal trends. This bull market was supposed to last much longer. Other people are like, oh, it hasn't even started yet. We had a bull run, okay? November and December, we had a bull run. Might have been the shortest bull run ever. I don't know. But I'm expecting good things in 2025, but it has to come with some actionable items by David Sachs and the rest of the crypto, the people involved in crypto in this administration. So I'm waiting.
And we're all waiting. We're all waiting.
Please do something.
Well, I think everyone's also waiting for them to actually like verify that they're gonna start buying up Bitcoin, right? And once I think the US does, it's probably gonna create some kind of domino effect, but everyone seems to be waiting around for us to do that.
Yeah.
And it does look like we will. It's just a matter of time. And I think the more we kind of wait around and what's going on politically with, you know, not politically, economically with the interest rates and stuff like that and
Yeah,
inflation, I think that all plays into this as well. So it may just be like a
for
little bit of
sure.
all.
And getting rid of crypto taxes. Can you imagine if they did that? People would start buying crypto like crazy. If
Yeah.
that one news bite ever comes out,
Yes.
you might as well not even try to catch those candles. They'll move so fast.
No.
You have better be in now.
Mhm. And that's, I mean, it's definitely in the cards, I think, with this administration. So
be.
who knows? I think in that case, we might as well all be on an island somewhere if we're all in now, you know?
Right? I hope so.
But no, thank you again for being here. We are going to continue the space, guys, outside of here. We're going to go back into X and just talk. I know there are a couple of you that want to talk about your projects, but I want to thank you for being here. Good luck with Bougie. Guys,
Thank you.
check Bougie out. Go to their website. Look at what they're all about. They are something good in this space. Follow Crypto Granny on TikTok, definitely. And then on Twitter, she's trying to build that up as well. Let's hope she comes into some of our spaces
Yes.
and listen to her. She's got really good content. If you're a trader, you're starting out, you want some things to look at, she's always kind of highlighting some good projects in her space. So give her
Thank
a
you.
follow. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for being here, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a good
Okay.
day.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you. Bye-bye.
Hey.
Do I just
Hey. See you in space.
How did it go? Good?
You
It went good. I know it went good. Yes, and I'll see you in the space. She's
see
so
you in
nice.
space.